Our three famous old riders. I call them old, but they don't look so old. It's Vic Goodin, Mike Wood and Lionel Crossley. First of all, Vic, you rode for who and when?
Oh, don't ask me when, that's a long time ago. I rode for Rayleigh first of all.
Rayleigh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Rayleigh people here today.
48 until 51. Then I rode for West Ham, I beg your pardon, then I went to Aldershot until they went packed up. Then I went from there, no, I went to West Ham, I'm sorry, from Rayleigh. Then I went from Rayleigh, then I went from West Ham to Aldershot. And they packed up, they went broke, and I went and had one ride down at Southampton. And I'd always made a promise to myself. I'd seen so many riders go down the hill and just hang on in the game out of sympathy. I sort of said that I'd make some decision about when I'd pack up, and I said I'd pack up the first time I ever turned to racing, because that's something I never ever did in my life. And I went down to Southampton and didn't have a very good meeting. And then I won my scratch race, strangely enough, and got in the scratch race final. And I got so tired, I just shut off and got out of the way. And Mike Erskine said, "Oh, that's better." He said, "That's like your old self." He said, "I'll see you next week." I said, "You won't. I should never ride a bike again." I never did.
But you went into managing, didn't you?
I started promoting at Rayleigh in '56. I think I was there a couple of years, and then I went to Poole and promoted at Poole for a couple of years, and then went to Ipswich and did the same there, losing money all on the way.
I don't think things have changed these days.
No, and then I managed Wimbledon for a good many years. I also managed New Cross for a little while, and Milton Keynes.
And now your contact with the sport is Veteran Speedway Riders Association, is it?
That's about all, yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, Vic. Mike, who did you ride for? I think you rode for Rayleigh as well, didn't you?
First of all, I started with Ryehouse, you know, the old Speedway world, and then I went to Hull. And they packed up, yeah, they went skint. Then I went to Rayleigh, and they went, no, they didn't go skint. No, and then I finished up with Rayleigh, yeah. I had a few rides at Newcastle and that, and been all round.
So you've been around a few tracks as well?
Yeah, a few tracks, yeah.
Now,
50s, packed up in 52.
Now, last year, you rode at the BMF, but you're not riding this year.
Yeah, I'm riding this year, but last year...
Oh, you're going to ride in the second half, are you?
Yeah. Last year, I just had 2 hip replacements, so they had to lift me on the bike.
I know, I told him on the microphone.
Oh, did you?
You going round last year?
Was it? Oh, it was you, was it? Yeah. Oh, well, 2 years better now, so...
So you'll be going like a bomb later on this afternoon?
Set of red leathers.
Red leathers?
Red leathers.
Then I'll recognise you, won't I?
Yeah.
That way, you shouldn't have red, you should have the old traditional black, where you used to race it.
You know, I wish they was paying something a point, like, you know, I could do with the money.
We'll have to have a word with John Stolworthy, won't we, and see if he can pay you points money for next year.
Thank you very much, anyway.
Hang on, I think Ron Howe wants to have a quick word. What do you want to say, Ron?
There's a sideline talking to Vic here, look. Don't think I'm riding quite so well, that's me. Vic rode wonderful race to give me a chance to slip through. We used to ride as a team pair.
Do you mean to say you used to let him through?
Yeah, we had to help poor old chap along sometimes. Yeah.
Ah, so they used to help you, is that how you used to do so well? And the final one was a pre-war rider, Lionel Crossley. I believe you rode at, was it Dagenham and Crystal Palace? Maybe you'd like to tell me.
Yes, Crystal Palace, New Cross, Dagenham.
And what years did you ride?
30, 31 at the Palace, about 34 at New Cross, and 37 at Dagenham.
Incredible. And I believe you're still involved with Speedway as a timekeeper at some tracks, aren't you?
I'm still timekeeper for the ACU at about half a dozen tracks.
That's incredible.
And I still like it.
And that's over 60 years involvement with the sport.
That's right. 62 years.
Any special memories?
Oh, blimey. How do you remember when you were a boy of 15?
What did you ride back in the early years in the 30s? Was that a Douglas, was it?
No, I rode a strutted Rudge to start with, but I didn't get on with it very well, so I sold it and bought a 32 model, which was, there are a few on display around here today.
Brings back a few memories today, then?
Yes. And I used the same machine in 37.
You used a Rudge in 37? Most of them were on Japs then, were they not?
Well, they were getting onto Japs. But it's a strange thing, looking back to the early 30s, I can remember seeing 48 different makes of machines on the dirt tracks.
48?
48. And now you're lucky if you see 2.
That's right. So this brings back some nostalgia for all of you here at the BMF Rally every year.
Not half. Well, I've been here, as you know, for about the last 8 or 10 years.
That's right. Well, we hope it'll be for another 8 or 10 years. So thank you to Lionel Crossley, Mike Wood and Vic Goodin, who's gone. There he is. Thank you very much, gentlemen.